Learning for everyone. I really think that you can learn from everyone, the good and the bad, what to do and what not to do. One of the things that I think that has helped me along the way is just learning from other musicians and being open. I can't imagine how much information I would have passed up if I would have just looked over someone because I thought, oh, they don't play as well as me. Ha, I'm not gonna check them out. That one person could be doing the one thing that you're missing. So checking your ego is very, very important in this whole process of becoming a great trumpet player. I mean, the history of the trumpet itself is a very powerful instrument, also a very cocky instrument. Trumpet usually starts and ends the song in the big band, right? Starts the wars, starts Olympics, calls you home to the pearly gates with Gabriel's horn. It's a lot of history in the trumpet. So embracing all that heritage before you even grab your horn and before even the lips even touch the mouthpiece, it's like a big deal. Learning from everything and everyone around you. I remember one day I was hanging with Roy Hargrove. This is when I was a lot younger. And we were around town. It was me, him, and Marquise Hill, and a few other young trumpet players from Chicago that were hanging around. And someone said to Roy, man, how do you play like that? And he said, man, you gotta play like it's 1,000 Indians trying to chop your head off, man. And everyone started laughing, and they just blew it off. But that was a revelation for me. That's when the light bulb went off. I said, no, man. He's saying you have to play for your life. This is serious business. You touching that horn, you gotta put your whole body and soul into that. People could be anywhere in the world, but they right there checking you out right now, so you owe it to them and yourself to give it your all. You have to be open to learn from everything and everyone. Learning from others also forces you to look at your own weaknesses. The best thing you could do when practicing is to not spend time on things that you already have mastered, already sound good on, stroking your own ego just because you sound good. That's not the way to do it. You should spend the majority of your time, if not all of it, working on your weaknesses. For example, if you want to start working on flexibility and pitch bending, this is a good example to work on. Now notice I'm bending the pitch without actually pressing the valves. I'm all doing this with the airflow. Now you try it at home. Start on G and bend down and go back to G. Like this. Now you try it. Now we're gonna go down a half step. So that was from G to F sharp. You try it. See, as you can tell, it's harder to bend the notes without pressing the valves, right? This is all we'll be working on with air control. The more you master this, the more you'll be able to play all over your horn in all different ranges. In general, I would say jazz musicians are more open to learning from other players, more so than classical players. But this has been changing during times. I feel like now jazz players are learning more from classical musicians about how to play more technical, work on your dexterity and clarity, and vice versa. the jazz musicians are teaching the classical musicians how to play with more feeling and to actually make the music come alive. I feel like the trumpet is one of the most spiritual instruments out there. I'm sure a lot of people say that their horns are more spiritual, but speaking from a brass player's perspective, the trumpet is very majestic. Thinking of Gabriel calling you home to the pearly gates, I mean, what's more majestic than that, right? More spiritual than that. I just feel like in general, the power that comes behind this instrument is so unique and one of the most closest instrument to the vocal. You think about Louis Armstrong and the way he played, he changed the whole style of singing. Your favorite singers were influenced by him. It's because of the way that he approached the horn. We'll take something like, the way you hear the inflections between how he would play that would make you want to sing. And so I just really took a liking to that. I want to sing everything I play. And I actually do sing a lot of the things I play. When I'm working at home, I'll come up with a nice idea, maybe I'll sing it out, and then I'll play it. For example, if you sing it, you can play it. For example, if you can sing it, you can play it. Now try at home, come up with your own melody and try to sing it and be as vocal as possible. To play the trumpet, you have to be in a certain mindset. The trumpet is a very physically demanding instrument. Once again, it's metal on metal, and we're trying to make it sound beautiful. I really believe that half of the battle is mentally visualizing what you want to sound like. And if you can do that correctly, that's half the battle, because now you have a goal where you're trying to get to. You're not just shooting in the dark and just glad for whatever comes out. For example, I'll grab my horn and I'll think to myself, right now, I want to sound really sad. I want people to sound sad. So I literally have to get in my emotions right now and play something sad. Now, you try it. Come up with a sad melody. Get in touch with your emotions and play something. Think about something that made you sad. Go right to that and let it come out your horn. Now, on the same tip, you can also play with emotions and play something happy and upbeat and make people feel happy. For example, now you try it. Come up with a melody that will bring joy to people's hearts. Doesn't have to be very complicated, it can be simple. But make it upbeat and play on those emotions. Think about a time when you were just so happy. Go to that place, let it come through your horn. Try it.